So I was looking at this question on the community about null pointer exception when using a ScriptRunner, and I thought I'll probably spend some time talking about this specific question. So this question has been asked by NewStart, and the NewStart is asking ScriptRunner not able to get last comment into string and perform comparison. So the question is that this user NewStart has written a script where he or she is checking for the last comment that was added on an issue, and based on the last comment he or she is also checking if that particular comment contains a string. So let us say if the comment is added like this: Ram has updated the status of a ticket linked to this issue from open to resolved. Now based on this comment, Ram, or not Ram, but this user is trying to make a transition, so do something with that particular issue, and he or she has also shared this script where he or she is trying to get the comment and then doing something on that particular comment, like maybe get a body, or maybe trying to do a comparison. Now null pointer exception is something that you will receive when you're trying to do something with maybe you're trying to call a method on an object which does not exist. For example, in this particular case, let us say if this issue that you're trying to retrieve, or not the issue but the actual comment that you're trying to retrieve, in fact the last comment, in fact if there is no comment at all, maybe you will get null here, and if the comment is null, then you can't really do comment.body or comment.getBody because there is no comment at all. So when you're writing a code, when you're writing these kind of things using a ScriptRunner, or in fact in any language to be honest, you have to make sure that you add some error handling in your code. I have in fact talked about error handling in I think a couple of my videos. Usually when you are looking at scripts online, or maybe if you look at my scripts, we don't really always, or anyone who is sharing these scripts, we don't really always share the code which is absolutely perfect, because the idea here is to, let us say if I'm making a video on last comment, and I have made videos on last comment, I will focus on methods like how to get the last comment. Maybe I can use a method, or maybe I'll just use all the comments. I'll get all the comments and I'll focus on the very last one. But you have to definitely, when you're writing code in your production environment, you have to make sure that you are doing error handling. Now I have talked about this in the past, as I mentioned, so you can actually watch my video. Doing error handling is actually not very complicated. It is all about it could be as simple as adding maybe some kind of a check here, like if comment is null, then don't do anything else. Or maybe you can take a look at the Java APIs. Sometimes when you are doing something with the Jira, usually when you are trying to, let us say, perform a transition, or maybe you're trying to deactivate a user, some methods will throw an error, and you can actually catch those errors with, of course, proper description, or rather I should say proper message why this particular method is throwing an error. But you can always use your own if-else, good old if-else, or in Groovy there are plenty of other ways of doing error handling. If you are, for example, if you do here, if you look at this particular code, so it says comment.getBody. You can actually have a comment $.getBody. So question mark will basically ensure that if there is no, it's like doing if comment is not equal to null, then of course try to get the body. If it is null, then don't do anything. So make sure that your code is catching those errors, and or basically you add some logic, a bit more logic in your code. And like always, test your code using of course script console maybe. And in your if you're doing something with ScriptRunner, usually you are dealing with issues, usually, not always of course, and when you're dealing with issues, you can always use one test issue and play with it. In this particular case, you're trying to do with the last comment, so play with an issue where you don't have any comment, or where you have 2 comments or 1 comment. If you're doing something with the transition, like if you're trying to capture the comment that was entered during the transition, you can also capture that. So it is all about making sure you add a bit more check or a couple of more checks in your code to ensure that null pointer exceptions are cached. And that is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.